Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm SocietySucks and today I'm checking out the Mathematically Superior Voting System by CGP Grey. This is another one of his videos about the animal kingdom and their politics. So let's see just what this voting system is and why it's supposedly superior.
Queen Lion of the Animal Kingdom is displeased. She recently introduced elections for the office of king using the first-past-the-post voting system. While her realm started out as a healthy democracy with many parties running candidates for king,
Eventually it turned into just
two-party
two.
rule, with the citizens not liking either one, but trapped within the system because of a problem called the spoiler effect. However, one of Queen Lion's subjects from a distant land, Wallaby, has a solution: the alternative vote. What's the difference? To find out, let's follow one voter on election day, Red Squirrel, under both systems. There are 5 candidates running for king. 2 members of the big parties, Gorilla and Leopard, and 3 other candidates, Turtle, Owl, and Tiger.
The smaller ones will never win.
Under first past the post, Red Squirrel gets a ballot where he picks just one candidate. Red Squirrel really likes Turtle, and even campaigned for him. However, he knows that his new neighbor, Gray Squirrel, is voting Gorilla. And what, starts to wonder Red Squirrel, about all the other animals? Who are they going to vote for? The debates on the Animal News Network only had the big parties, so Red Squirrel thinks it's going to be a close race.
They just ignore the
between Gorilla
smaller
and
ones.
Leopard. While he's indifferent toward Gorilla, he's deathly afraid of Leopard. Because he can only pick a single candidate, he gives his one vote to Gorilla in hopes of preventing Leopard from becoming king. This is strategic voting, and it's a necessity under first past the post. But now let's look at the alternative vote, which Wallaby explains to Red
I
Squirrel.
think this is the one where they use
Instead
numbers?
of picking one and only one candidate, he can rank them in order of his most favorite to his least. He goes into the voting booth and gets the same ballot as before, but now puts Turtle as his first choice, Owl as his second, and Gorilla as his third. He dislikes Leopard and Tiger equally, so he stops filling in his ballot and drops it in the box.
Oh!
At this point, Red Squirrel doesn't care exactly what happens. He has other things on his mind and he heads off. But you, dear citizen, want to know how the votes are counted, so here goes. Turtle, beloved though he is with some of the citizenry, comes in last place with only 5% and he is eliminated from the race. Because the voters rank their candidates in order, we can know what would have happened if Turtle didn't run. Without Turtle, voters like Red Squirrel would have picked Owl instead, so their votes are transferred to her, as though Turtle was never in the race at all. This is why the alternative vote is sometimes called instant runoff voting. It's able to simulate a bunch of elections where the least popular candidate is eliminated after each round, without all the time and expense it would take to run a bunch of campaigns one after another. The alternative vote method keeps eliminating the least popular candidate until someone either wins a majority or only one is left. As no one has a majority yet, the next lowest candidate, Tiger, is eliminated. Tiger voters listed Leopard as their second choice, so she gets
so it
Tiger's
goes to
vote.
Leopard.
In the last round, Gorilla
And now
is eliminated.
Gorilla.
Gorilla voters listed Owl as their second choice, so Owl gets those votes, wins a majority, and is crowned king.
I mean, obviously this is assuming that all the Gorilla voters voted for Owl second, because obviously in real life some of them could have voted Owl third and Leopard second, and then maybe Leopard would have won.
The alternative vote is a better system because it produces winners that a larger number of voters can agree on. While the alternative vote does have its flaws, it's important to note that any problem AV has,
It is better than first past the
shares.
post at least.
They're both susceptible to gerrymandering, they aren't proportional systems, they can't guarantee a Condorcet winner, which math geeks hate but there isn't time to explain here, and over time they both trend towards 2 parties. That being said, alternative vote has a huge advantage that first past the post lacks and makes it mathematically superior. No spoiler effect. Imagine one final election. 2 big candidates are running, Gorilla and Leopard looks set to win 55 to 45. But then a third-party candidate, Tiger, enters. Tiger manages to convince 15% of the Leopard voters to back him instead. Under first past the post, Gorilla now wins, even though a majority of the voters didn't want him. Under the alternative vote, because all Tiger voters put Leopard as a second choice, Leopard still wins.
It all just goes back to
the majority
Leopard.
of the citizens of the animal kingdom would rather have her in charge than Gorilla. Using the alternative vote, citizens can help support and grow smaller parties that they agree with, without worrying that they'll put someone they don't like into office. After examining the differences between them, Queen Lion decrees that the alternative vote is to be the rule of the land for electing the king, and everyone is happier. Well, almost everyone.
Yeah,
The 2 big parties
not
can't
everybody.
be as complacent as they used to be, and need to campaign much harder to convince their voters
They
to
actually need to put in the effort now. Yeah, obviously as Gray stated, this system also has its own flaws, but it is still better than first past the post. So yeah, not perfect, but better than the alternative, and that's good enough. Obviously, the unfortunate truth is that better voting systems likely will not be implemented because the people currently in power almost certainly benefit from a system which isn't good, like first past the post. obviously the reason they're in power is because people voted for them. And if the system is flawed, and that's the reason why people voted for them, they want to keep that system instead of getting rid of it. So yeah, that's unfortunately how it is. It's probably not going to change. It just sucks. But it is what it is. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. If you want to see more reactions, check out this video right here. And with that, I hope I'll see you in the next video.